All right, so it's a super cool day today. I'm going to show you the world's first right-hand drive Dodge Durango. Durango blows all the way out to the 6.2 litre supercharged V8, so this thing can do 0 to 103.5 seconds for a family car. Now, ultimately, the Durango is, to me at least, the compromise. Look, we all love a Dodge Challenger, me particularly, and the crew at Autogroup, we convert a bucket load of them and have done for years and years and years. I don't know, like me, you've got a family, so a Dodge Challenger, whilst you might want to drive one and own one, is often not a particularly practical car. The Durango, however, you can get the 6.2 litre supercharged V8 in a 6 or 7 seat mid-range SUV. Now that, honestly, ticks a bucket load of boxes. The Durango definitely embraces its muscle car heritage. So in comparison to a lot of the other large SUVs, which are maybe a bit more boxier, this has definitely got its sleek line. So you can see the blacked out front rounded grille, the LED headlights on it, everything is downplayed. So this is in the black diamond clear coat, so it looks absolutely beautiful. As we step around, 20-inch wheels, and I guess the Bembro brakes on it, but everything is downplayed. All the badging is downplayed, so Hemi on the side, around the back where you've got your Durango, and indeed this is the RT, so about mid-range up the scheme. Yeah, everything again is all blacked out, subtle, clean. It is definitely mid-range, so you don't have the size of the big vehicles, but equally, you're going to be able to park this in a car park. Super important. So the RT, this one's got the 20-inch black diamond wheels, which you can see they're the Bembro performance brakes, which are insane. This has got the 295/45 low-profile tyres, so it is a machine that's ultimately is married to massive big V8 engines. So you've got to expect that the tyres, the wheels, and indeed the brakes are going to perform as well, that they're going to stop when you need it to stop. But they do look absolutely amazing, particularly the black-on-black look on the RT. Pop the boot. Now, clearly being a mid-range SUV, you're not going to have a huge amount of space, but of course you can fold down the third row to give you the additional space. Maybe you do need a full-size SUV. Maybe you do have 3, 4 children, 10 dogs, 27 cats, I don't know, whatever it happens to be. But you need those 6 or 7 seats all the time, and you need luggage capacity. But maybe you've actually got a couple of kids, and occasionally you need that third row. You know, I don't know, taking kids home from school, or I don't know, whatever else it happens to be. But when you want to go shopping, etc., you flip the back row down, and you've got voluminous space. Really, really, really super cool. Now let's jump into some of the details. So inside the world first right-hand drive Dodge Durango, which, okay, I keep repeating myself, but you know, well, maybe we're showing off. But so sitting in here, this is the RT Plus, so about 3/4 of the way up the trim level. So you've got your Napa leather trim. Now this is a 6-seat configuration, so the second row is the captain's chairs. It's got the Harman Kardon. It's got the absolutely banging stereo system throughout, which is just nuts. As we roll through, you've got the 10.1-inch touchscreen to get all of your phone, your nav, all of the other bits and pieces. You've got your 7.5-inch digital driver's display. Quite clearly, that's now in kilometres an hour rather than in miles per hour. Heated and ventilated seats, both front and indeed middle row. It's an option on the RT Plus. It's got the sunroof up here. It has all the tech that you want, all the practical tech. So Apple CarPlay, Android connection, USB and USB Type-C connectors here. It's all very comfortable. A decent size center glove box. Obviously, simple to use controls for your steering wheel. Heated, ventilated, power adjustable seats. From an AC perspective, it's got a split system, so you have your controls here, and we'll jump into the middle row in a minute and show you those as well. But it really is just comfortable to sit in. And it's one of those vehicles that, yes, you can drive the kids to and from school, spend 20 minutes, half an hour every day in it. But equally, if you're going to do 500 kilometres or 1,000 kilometres, whatever it happens to be, then it's the sort of car that you're able to sit in. This is fastest mid-size SUV that you can buy on the market, and now you can get it in a right-hand drive variant. So if you want this in Australia, it will be ADR compliant. If you want it in the UK, it is homologated for UK conditions. If you want it anywhere else in the world. And I guess this Look, one of the things that I like about it, and okay, there's a bit of a list, but one of the things I like about it is that it gives you the 6 or 7 seat capacity, but it is distinctively smaller than, and quite obviously, than a large SUV, a Lincoln Navigator, Yukon Denali, etc., etc. And in a lot of the cities across the world where our customers are, and again, whether this is in Sydney or Melbourne, whether it's in London, whether it's in Jakarta, our customers in India, roads are smaller, lots of traffic, so actually having, a big SUV that gets you the 6, 7 people within it, but with a smaller footprint, actually, I think ticks quite a number of boxes for people. Let's jump into the back and have a bit of a look. This has got the captain's chairs. These are heated and ventilated as well. Now, they fold down so you can get into the 3rd row. I'll show you how you can do that here. But you can see here, there is plenty of space. Now, I'm 6'1" and a bit. You don't want to be 6'7" sitting in the back seat here. But for a family SUV, if you've got kids at, primary school, early years of high school or whatever, there is plenty of room. So sitting here, I've got my air conditioning controls up here. So, fan speed, fan force, heating, cooling, and your zone options. Vents and ducts up here and indeed behind me. Down here, again, more air vents, USB connectors, and indeed your power. Now the seats do slide back a little bit, so if you want to have a bit of a snooze as Dad's cruising somewhere, you're able to. So you can sort of see down here, a couple of drink holders. It's got sort of the tough rubberized matting. You can pop these seats so that they fold all the way forward so you can get into the back, or you can climb through and the kids can scoot through and away you go. But to show you how the seats roll forward, it is pretty straightforward. It is, and we'll show you in a sec, but you've got your button here, pops them down, red tag, up, and away you go. As Rob gets himself into the back seat, and I'm out of shot. All right, so I'm in the 3rd row. There is room here. Now it's 6'1". If I put this seat down, I'm not honestly going to have a huge amount of room, but if you've got, kids that are primary school age, there is enough room. Now, you're not going to buy this for permanently driving around with 6 people. You would buy a big, full-size SUV, but for those occasions where you do need 6 people, there is plenty of room here for smaller children. Again, AC here, lighting, drink holders on either side, really, actually quite comfortable. Well, that is a 2024 Dodge Durango, but in right-hand drive by my incredible crew here at Autogroup. A world first, and something that I'm actually genuinely excited about. Now, if it's something that you'd like to find out more about, there are a couple of things you need to do, and it's about to start to pour with rain, so we're going to be super quick. If you want to know more, subscribe to our channel. There's an email down below, but it's super urgent that we get this thing shot because this thing is going to go in a container and be heading to a super excited customer somewhere in the world. But if you want to find out about how you can have a right-hand drive Dodge Durango, or maybe come and visit us here in beautiful tropical Sri Lanka, you know what to do. Please subscribe to our channel, hit a thumbs up, and if you want some more info on the car, emails are below. You can talk to me or the crew and we'll be able to help you out. Have a good day. Cheers.